And we're back with more We Talk Over Monster Hunter World. And
by talking about nudity. We talk a lot about nudity. I mean,
is there female nudity in any of this, or is it all penises?
No, it's mostly female nudity.
Okay, what show?
Altered Carbon.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
So, like, it's really, like, it is one of the best sci-fi shows I've seen in a very, very long time.
Did you ever watch Dark Matter? I couldn't finish it.
I
got well into the second season.
Didn't, I don't think.
I kind of want to finish it just out of respect.
Did it start with, like, some kind of, like, weird airplane scene? Or am I thinking of a different show? No, I'm thinking of a different show. Dark Matter. Remind me what it's about.
The very first episode, the very beginning of the first episode, they all wake up from cryo sleep in a different order. Well, of course, they have to wake up in some order. But they wake up from cryo sleep, and they all have amnesia. They don't know who they are. And then they're also getting chased by the authorities. So they don't know anything about anything. And they're trying to discover all that. That's what the show entails. And so I'm well into the second season. By that point, you know most everything, but they're sticking together. And I mean, I'm not doing any sort of spoilers about it at all, but that's the show. Okay. I tried watching. I think I even talked to you about Farscape, and I thought, okay, that just might be a cult classic because people just liked certain aspects of it. But god damn it, that was a bad show. Oh yeah, no. Because every episode turned into which one or ones of them are going crazy this time? Oh my god! And why? So that's all it was. Every episode. Yeah. So we watched it all, and there were a lot of redeeming things about that show too, and there was definitely some good stuff in there. But oh god, and some the first episodes were painfully badly done too. I don't just mean I don't really care for the way they're doing the story. I mean just like objectively terrible writing. Right, just super cheesy, oh god. But also, I mean, I will give you. I can emote more than that fucking guy does. Well, I don't have emotions on my face. His problem is his emotions. He only does psychotic emotions. Right, you're talking about the main dude, right? Yep. Yeah. The only time it really seems like he emotes really well is when he's being crazy. And I wonder if it was just the direction, or if he this guy could have range, but the show didn't show it. Right. So. No, and that was the one thing I got really sick of in this show is the fact that it tried to constantly do stuff about people being weird, and it's okay, can we not be insane? Maybe just not. But, there goes this fight that you guys get into, and you guys just one episode where you kind of Star Trek it up a little bit, and you just are fighting in space for a while using your spaceship. Nah. No, it's got to be someone's on their period, but it's an alien period, so it's really bad. Or someone sniffs some dust, or this other alien came on board, and they're able to send pheromones through their look, or whatever other stupid shit they come up with. But Altered Carbon, though, dude. Oh man. So it's lots of tits. The pretty hefty amount, yeah. But hefty tits? No. Okay, good. Hefty amount of tits. But the thing that's kind of neat about it too is it's not just nudity, right? I call it the HBO effect, where sometimes shows will just have random nudity and there's a tit as they put a shirt on, right? Or just oh hey, there's the action's starting to lull a little bit. Let's throw some gratuitous nudity in there to keep people interested, right? This time, but with this show, it actually almost feels like it serves a purpose because the concept of the series, which this is not a spoiler, they explain this immediately. Spoilers is at some point, humanity developed what they call digital human storage, or DHS. It's these little chips, and that can basically store the human consciousness in them. And so then people can actually be moved around from body to body and stuff like that because you, the person, is this chip, right? Okay. And because wait a minute, is this the one that has Rick Flag from Suicide Squad as the main character? Holy shit, is that who that guy was? Maybe. Now that you say that, the main character of this movie, he sounded familiar to me, and it might be because of Suicide Squad. Wait, did you say Suicide King or Suicide Squad? Suicide Squad. Yeah, okay. Rick Flag. That's the main dude, right? Yeah, he's from the comics.
So
Sure.
that might be him. Now that you mentioned that might have been him.
In that case, the trailers sucked and did not make me interested. But go on.
Okay, so like the idea though is like there's these like chips that people are in, and because of that, like no one really thinks that much about the bodies they're in. They call them sleeves, like that. Like the term, like it's like, oh yeah, you wear a sleeve, and it's so they don't really like they don't like the way people take care of their bodies now. People don't really take care of their bodies like that, and in this alternate world or this dystopian future, and so like the nudity though actually kind of serves a purpose a little bit in that like it very much so sort of like drives home this feeling of not caring about bodies. Like people aren't really like they don't really have any humility because why would you? Like who cares? It's just like this like flesh sack that you're in right now kind of a thing.
So humans basically digitize themselves, but they die, but then they go into these fake bodies?
So the way it worked, the way that the premise of the series is so humans don't really die anymore, right? Like if the sleeve dies, like your consciousness is just in the chip, and the chip can be planted into a new body, and then you'll just be alive again. And so then, of course, like where does the body come from? Well, if you're super duper rich, you might be able to clone your own body, and so you can have like a bunch of backups.
Okay.
And so they call these people actually they call them meths, not as a reference to the drug, but as a reference to like the Methuselah, there we go.
I've heard that term. I don't know what it is. But...
he was a guy in the Bible, and and the idea is the Bible.
I didn't hear from that. I've heard of you somewhere else, probably because it was in the Bible.
Yeah, because and in the Bible, the Bible says like he lived 969 years, and so the idea is they call him.
Wait, there was another guy that did that too. He met the angels in this weird round spaceship that was described that everyone ignores when they talk about the Bible.
But like so the idea is like these people like can live forever. So they call them like maths as short for Methuselah because like they like him in the Bible they're gonna live for fucking ever pretty much, and but so like they can use cloning technology and stuff to always have like their body. But although they don't have to be in their body either, they can use other bodies if they want, or seek like debauch experiences by renting out bodies or weird shit like that. For most people, if they die, they basically go into storage, and they might be able to get re-sleeved, later on. Like I guess like at one point, one of the episodes kind of makes this point, like it's like a thing that people will re-sleeve like fallen loved ones on holidays and stuff, so they can maybe spend like we can spend Christmas with grandma by dropping like $100 and re-sleeving her for the day. Or whatever it is.
Is the memory chip or whatever dormant? Do they not live while they're in it?
Yeah, they
have to be in a sleeve?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're more or less like, unconscious while they're in it, just when they don't have a body. So the premise of the show is like you follow this guy who's been brought back. He used to be like a sort of a super soldier, we'll just say, but he's been brought back because this meth was murdered and wants to know who murdered him. I will, yeah. It's right there. And for those of you who can't see where I just pointed on the screen,
it's right on
there.
The
map. But like, so I mean, it's a really cool sci-fi story. It takes place on Earth, although like the idea is like humanity has expanded to like other worlds and stuff too. Even it's hard to know when it's supposed to take place because, I think that's purposely kind of vague. Like it's hard to actually
sometime in the future,
but like it's hard to really say because no one, like generations don't really make sense anymore either because people live so friggin' long now. And
so this kind of reminds me of two properties. One of them is a movie called Surrogates that had Bruce Willis in it.
Okay,
where whenever someone left their room, house, dwelling, anything, it was actually them going into a pod and then taking control of a fake body.
Oh, okay.
And so that fake body would leave, and that fake body could be as sexually attractive, young as you want, anything like that. You could be the other gender if you wanted to, anything. And you could also, therefore, crime ended up being apparently less. It meant a lot less to murder because you weren't murdering a person.
Right.
You were just destroying a piece of property.
Yes.
And so it was incredibly dangerous. So it happened a lot more. And so it was incredibly dangerous to go out on your own anymore. you had to basically use a surrogate.
Oh, because people would accidentally kill a real person?
Yeah, and so at some point in the movie, he has to go out to investigate something. I don't remember what, but that reminds me of that. And then it also reminds me of something I did not see, which was a movie with Ryan Reynolds in it, where...
Green Lantern. Deadpool?
No.
Waiting.
He's done so many more movies than that.
Waiting to Deep Throat.
Van Wilder. I don't remember the name of the movie. I didn't see it either, but it was a movie where some old rich guy brought him back because he was going to implant his consciousness into his body.
Okay.
Or something like that. And so but he still had his old memories and stuff too, and so he was trying to fight off this other guy. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but that was what the trailer pretty much blew out there, so.
Okay. All right, I don't know if I need much more of that crap that I am cultivating. What am I cultivating? Smoke nut.
Nut.
Got a lot of those. Sleep herb. Got a lot of that. And parashroom. Got a lot of that. Okay. I could probably grab... Well, fuck, I don't know what else I should be doing, though. So...
Do that one thing. So I'm actually kind of pissed off. I got something that a guy, I think it was the mite seed, I don't remember, but it was like you had to do a specific investigation that you had to trigger a certain way in order to be able to cultivate mite seeds, in order to progress this guy to the point where you can cultivate mite seeds, and I did it, but I couldn't. I don't remember if it was mite seeds, it might have been something else, but it was basically a way to make a lot of money. Keep cultivating this thing and sell it off.
Yep.
And I'm pissed off because I did it and it didn't work. I followed the guide and then I found another guide that basically said the same thing and had one little difference to it. And I made sure that one little difference was also taken care of and still doesn't work. So, buy it. This is making me want to get back into it more, and I will, of course, just not till after I'm traveling again.
Yeah, not until you're back.
So I know I'm going to Portland for at least a month. So that's going to be...
Let's see.
Pretty boring, in a way, that I will enjoy the work, but it's going to be... I'm not going to be working at a site or anything. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be... There's going to be plenty of just regular 8-hour days where I go home after that, and it's just going to be, okay, I can actually just relax and turn on a fucking system for once. Whereas with here, the whole time that I've been here, I've been trying to do as many errands as possible, do as many things for around the house for her as possible, and get some shopping out of the way, all that sort of stuff. And it's just been hectic. But anyway, we're going to take a short break, guys. But we'll be back. But for now, we are not talking.
Bye-bye.